Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and welcome back to Fallout 3 You Only Live Once, here down by the riverboat landing point. Oh, there's a woman approaching me.
Are you going to Point Lookout?
Against everyone's good advice, yes I am. Yes, I'm sure I'll stumble across your daughter potentially, I don't know. But yes, before we go to Point Lookout, there's one other thing we need to do that is just round the corner from where we have actually started. And that, just around the corner here, is the Arlington Library. Obviously, I'm not clearing out the library today, but the convenient thing about the library is there's some surprisingly good loot very early on in it, just literally in the opening area. So here we are in the opening area, a couple of knights floating around too, though the nice thing is the Brotherhood are perfectly friendly. Well, they're civil, they're not exactly friendly. They're happy for me to help myself to their ammo too. And over in this here ammo box that's on the right as you enter, we have got ourselves not only some ammo, but a free stealth boy. I'm pretty sure that's fixed. I've seen that on multiple occasions in the past, so I think that's just kind of set to spawn in there. I'm pretty sure that's not a random lucky draw. The whole of the opening area of the library is safe to explore. The only thing around here is a couple of rad roaches around the corner, so obviously they can be taken out with literally anything. An always welcome big book of science is just floating around upstairs, free to be grabbed. Interestingly, obviously the Brotherhood are not interested in the slightest in big books of science or any of the other books that you read, the skill books, which are obviously still readable, good condition books. They don't care about those. They won't buy them off you. Head downstairs and just straight through the main entrance, and in a moment you'll run into a couple of Brotherhood sorts, and they're around the corner here. Yep, there they are. As soon as you approach them, they'll storm this room. There are raiders in this room, but the Brotherhood will easily just tear them to shreds. They've got vastly superior weapons and armor, so I can just leave that to them. And while they're doing that, I can loot the toilets. Toilets always an excellent source of first aid boxes and the very valuable stuff within. That Brotherhood Paladin is doing embarrassingly badly. He's at half health. He's got a flipping minigun and power armor. You're going up against raiders. Come on. What the hell are you playing at? Ah, that raider finally made the mistake of coming downstairs and coming a bit too close to the Brotherhood. And as a result, I've no idea how he even did that much flipping damage. What were you flipping armed with? Just a 10mm pistol. The Brotherhood of Steel, ladies and gentlemen. So nothing spectacular there, but a free stealth boy, which is actually the thing I came in for, and some free medical supplies while the Brotherhood are clearing out the raiders for you. Generally, if there's an area where there's like, you know, looting to be done, but there's also friendlies there who will deal with all the bad guys for you, I just kind of always swing in there just for the free stuff. Right, back to the boat landing. One little touch I love about this area, by the way, is if you haven't installed Point Lookout, if you try and say swim to here from the Jefferson Memorial there, this area is basically full of Mirelurks. There's about, 3 or 4 Mirelurks. It's not the safest area to cross. That's why this area is not a safe crossing area. If you install Point Lookout, and thus the riverboat landing appears here, then all of these dead Mirelurks stay permanently spawned in. The game keeps them spawned. So actually, like, the game doesn't just swap out the Mirelurks and put in something else. The game specifically creates a bit of a story around them and says, there were Mirelurks here, but obviously when the Duchess Gambit decided it was going to set up shop here, then Tobar obviously, wiped out all of the Mirelurks, so it was safe for this to be the landing point. And I just love the fact they actually bothered to do that. It's a lovely touch. Anyway, here she is, the Duchess Gambit. I love the Duchess Gambit. Big old paddle steam. Well, quite a small paddle steam, I suppose, but still, lovely little touch. Obviously, if you're worried about weight, you generally don't want to take your full weight capacity into a DLC because there's loot you want to bring back out with you. There's a big old trunk here that you can use for that sort of thing, so you can store your stuff here. There might be some... Is there storage capacity in the boat? Yeah, there's a footlocker in the boat that you could use as well. So if you want to just not leave your stuff behind, it's probably more sensible to use that footlocker. Because then if you do want to swap out your gear while you're out there, you can do so. So, this is Tobar. He's the ferryman. Let's have a chat with him.
We're just back from Point Lookout, but it won't be long before we set off again. Interested?
I just so love how he's so creepily cheerful. It's wonderful.
In Point Lookout, you'll find fresh-grown food, mysterious locales, and treasures as of yet unlooted. But keep your wits about you, because there's more than a few exotic critters and inhospitable locals. So stay here if you're too dainty to rough it.
So we have to actually buy a riverboat ticket, 434 caps, that's fine. Caps barely even mean anything to me anymore. Just need the one, that's absolutely fine. Okay, I've bought my ticket, and also remember that I also had apparently a Nikola Tesla new I picked up in a previous part I forgot to use. Having bought the ticket, we now go on a long trip, so we just go to sleep here. I can't remember exactly how long the trip takes in game time. It's quite a while though, it's more than a couple of weeks I think. I think it might actually be like a month or something. The game will give you a free heal, before we go, but obviously the true health counter means I'd have to worry about that. I might have to worry about rads. I'm not sure whether the game actually decided to give you a free rad here when you enter DLC. I think that's one of the few instances it does. So just in case it does, my rads are currently at 46. If I need to, I will start a true rad counter at the end of this episode. But anyway, let's head in to Point Lookout. Yep, let's travel there. And here we come into Point Lookout. Obviously, there's a lovely, creepy guy with what looks like a pointy stick as we enter. It's a lovely way to enter. I love Point Lookout. I love the way it looks. I love the way it feels so desolate and creepy and run down. It is like taking a boat into a flipping horror movie. It's beautiful. There we are in Point Lookout. We've only got 315 HP at the moment, and quite frankly, if I can leave with that, then I will be very, very pleased indeed. This area is nasty. This is one of the nastier DLCs, I would argue, and there is a nice big house over there that appears to be on fire. I'm sure we will be making our way there very, very soon. Tobar, do you have anything to tell us? Because actually you are quite useful at this point.
Welcome to Point Lookout, my friend.
So ask him if there's any place he recommends in Point Lookout.
Depends what you're looking for. If you need supplies, head to the shop over at the end of these docks. If you need a place to stay, there's an old motel further into town. And if you're looking for some hunting, there's a fella named Plick who runs a club out in the northeast. Strictly for high rollers, though.
Okay, so that's just added a couple of little map markers to my map, which is very useful for navigation purposes. So with those points added to my map, we can now take our first steps out into Point Lookout. Oh, it's lovely. It's lovely, and by lovely, I mean horrible and absolutely terrifying. Right, let's start crouching and then never stop crouching for the entirety of this DLC. I've planned this, though. This is the most planned thing that I've done through this entire game. I've done a huge amount of planning for this. I think I've got a pretty solid plan. So let's switch over to Lincoln's repeater, which is in very tip-top condition, very, very powerful indeed, and shuffle our way round to the first, and actually it's not the only shop. There's I think there's like 2 or 3 shops, but this one is conveniently right flipping here. So we can have a speak to this woman. There's one thing in particular I want to get off her.
And what is it you would like to purchase?
I would like to purchase 1 stealth boy. Where's your stealth boy? You've always got a stealth boy in stock. What? What the hell is this? Oh, flip. I thought she was guaranteed to have a stealth boy in stock, but she's not. Well, that's very unusual. I honestly thought she was guaranteed to have a stealth boy. Right, I'm going to have 1 less stealth boy than I thought, and I'm already down to 4. Just far less than I wanted. Hang on, can I steal a stealth boy from her? Maybe it's in one of these boxes. Hang on. Let me just loot your inventory. It's fine. Oh, you've got a safe here. Let me just stand right next to you. Where's the robot? Is he detecting me? Hang on, let me see if I can get to a position where she's not detecting me. I feel like she's detecting me. Oh, she's just moved into a forward position here. I might actually be able to get behind her. Come on, get behind her. If the robot... Yes, beautiful. No, still no flipping thing. Just some caps and pre-war money. That is immensely disappointing. I was really hoping she would have a stealth boy. Fine. We're down at 4th stealth boys. It's alright. It's not great, but it's alright. Now, if we also sneak round here... This is presumably where she sleeps, in a big pile of corpses. But there is a mine box here, which can bring me 6 mines. That's not a bad draw. It can give you any number, really, but 6 mines is a good draw. I'll take that. I've seen, like... I'm not sure if I've ever seen more than 7. I think 7's the most I've ever seen in the past, but that's pretty good. And, yep, some decent stuff that I can sell later. Lovely. Is there anything on you? You're a smuggler. Smugglers kind of are floating around. They're not bad, but they're probably actually one of the easiest enemies here. But they've still got leather armor. They still tend to have decent guns, so I can't treat them too lightly. Nothing here can be treated lightly. But, oh, are you actually a nuker bot?
Move
I've not
along,
noticed that
please.
before. Are you a special nuker bot? No, I think you've just got a bit of a red tint to you. Maybe you were a nuker bot once upon a time, but now the paint job's faded a little bit. That's very sad. Right, let's head back to the opening area then. So as we move around the coast, sticking as close to the coast as we can, because I think that's the safest way, move towards that mansion that's on fire and clearly wants to be explored, let me explain to you why I've decided to do Point Lookout now. There's an enemy in Point Lookout that is called a tribal, and tribals are evil. Because tribals, when they kind of shoot you, here's what the game says. The game says, okay, so what strength weapon are they carrying? Okay, and what's your damage resistance? Okay, I'm just doing a little calculation. Yeah, there's your armor, there's your medics, whatever. Okay, so you'd only take a little bit of damage. Now I'm going to add 35 onto that. These things, whenever they hit you, basically deal an extra 35 damage over what they ought to do. That is unavoidable. You cannot block it, no matter how much armor you're wearing, how much medics you've dosed yourself up with. The game just says, you take 35 damage because I say so. They are enemies that, yeah, do extra damage just for the sake of making this DLC hard. It's one of the things I think is a really bad decision when Bethesda made this DLC, because it's not fun or interesting. All it does is basically say, it doesn't matter how well you're prepared, we're going to screw you over anyway, and we're going to artificially make the game harder just by, you know, creating enemies that can do unavoidable damage. So it doesn't matter how much effort you've put into preparation or perks or armor, you're going to get badly hurt with every shot anyway. It's just... it basically, yeah, renders preparation pointless, which is really kind of a shame. So I think it was a very bad decision that they introduced these enemies at all. But here's the thing about them. I can't avoid that. That's fine. They're incredibly tough. They'll do huge amounts of damage. If I get shot, I will take a very big chunk of health loss from them. That's fine. I've just, you know, I'm at peace with that. I've just come to accept that. That's unavoidable. However, what I can control is how much health the tribals have. Because like many enemies in Fallout 3, a tribal's health is tied to my level. They basically go through multiple different tiers. It's not like I'm level 9 so they're this, or I'm level 10 so they're that, or I'm level 11 so they're the other. No, they basically work in tiers, which is if you're within a certain level range, you will spawn a certain toughness of tribal, and so on. Because I'm under level 10, the weakest ones are spawning. Well, not actually the very true weakest. The weakest ones that can spawn are the ones that spawn under level 7. But I just felt like I wasn't ready to do point lookout when I was level 7, so I decided to do it this way instead, where I'm just under level 10. So I'm basically like level 9.5, coming on 9 3/4 at the moment. So that's kind of why I decided to do point lookout now, because when I do run into tribals, they will be as weak as they can be. They may be able to do huge amounts of damage to me, but with Vengeance by my side, and with them only having somewhere in the range of 120 hit points, I will be able to massacre them, potentially, before they can even fire at me. The problem is there's lots of them, they'll crowd me, you'll see that later this very episode. And there's one final bit of preparation within Point Lookout that I want to do. And that means I'm going to be heading in that direction, towards that kind of massive building. I'm not actually going there, that's a cathedral. We'll go there later. I don't need to go there right at this moment. However, there is something in this direction that I want to be going to get. And it's in fact something that Tobar told us about. He told us about Plick Safari, and that is indeed where we are going next. The route that I'm taking, skirting around the coast, is probably the safest I can think of. There are going to be some of the other locals, trackers, all sorts of horrible, mutated, inbred locals down on that beach. I'm avoiding them. They shouldn't be a problem. Dead ahead of me, the only enemy I know I'm going to cross paths with are the local variations of Mirelurks. I think some of them are called Swamp Lurks, some of them are still called Mirelurks. There's one. Yeah, he's still called a Mirelurk. Sometimes if you're really lucky, that guy will run into one of the locals further down the beach and they'll fight each other. But not too difficult for me. The only problem is he's still got... I mean, he's got a tough carapace. That's the thing about him. Yeah, he's not too bad, actually. Okay, and then I think we can probably... He's running in this direction, but if I just move backwards, we should be alright. Actually, he's getting a bit close to me faster than I'd like, so I'm just going to go a little bit quicker onto the road. Yeah, here he is. He's coming, but he's not got any friends with him. I'm going to switch over to Vengeance and just kind of let him have a blast of that. Hello! Yeah, you didn't do very well, did you? I love Vengeance. I just need to be careful with it, that's all, because I don't want its condition going down too fast. So yeah, I imagine I'm going to run into a few Mirelurks here. I'm just going to stick a little bit further inland than I would do otherwise, because there's a chance there's going to be something on the beach. The locals, no, I can't see any locals down on the beach, which is good, because the locals are much nastier than Mirelurks are ever going to be. I'm just going to peer out and make sure there's definitely nothing. No, we should be safe. We should be safe. I'm just going to skim across these islands here to get to that coast over there. There is a bridge I could take further up, but the bridge is I'm not sure if I'd describe it as an ambush, but there's certainly enemies that spawn close by to the bridge, so it's not worth doing. I'd rather take just a few extra rads crossing here than I would do crossing that bridge further up here. Because the way the islands are laid out, it's actually quite generous to you, because you can basically get across only taking a few rads. If I just jump now and then straight back out again, I took, what, like 1 rad there? Nothing particularly significant. Oh, that reminds me, I forgot to check. No, I did not get a free rad heal. I was still at 46 when I arrived, and I've just gone up to 47 through that little bit of water. So yeah, the game doesn't give you a rad heal when you enter DLC. I swear it does in Fallout New Vegas, but maybe it doesn't in Fallout 3. That is very, very interesting. Right, we've got another Mirelurk hunter over there. Is there anything else along the coast? Sometimes there's a Swamp Lurk, which is like a Mirelurk King, but just slightly recoloured for this area. But I suspect he hasn't spawned in because I'm too low level. I think we should be pretty safe to just attack this guy, though. Yeah, I think we should be fine. Right, that's a sneak attack critical. He'll head in this direction. But if I just now walk along here a little bit, we'll have plenty of time for a shot with Vengeance when he finally gets around. Ooh, or not. Okay, he's done a fair whack to me. Alright, fine. Vengeance it is. Hello. Yep, you didn't do very well. Ooh, there's someone else here, though. There's someone else around. We're still in caution. Sometimes, I don't know, like, generally if you see caution after you've killed an enemy, it means your fire's attracted a different enemy, but in this case, I'm thinking that it was just... Sometimes Fallout 3 lags slightly in terms of what status you're in, so you just stay in caution like a second or two after an enemy dies. I'm hoping that's what's happened here. And I'm also hoping that might be the end of the enemies. So just jump in the water for another rad or two, fine. And there might be another Mirelurk across the water. Yeah. Ooh, basic Mirelurk. Lovely. There we go. One-shot kill because he's not a hunter. He's just a basic one, so he's pretty feeble, really. Now, just a little bit more water to do. Yeah, back into hidden Mirelurk. One more hunter over there. I might just be able to avoid him entirely, actually. I think if I keep my distance, I might just be able to skip that hunter. Just to save myself the Vengeance ammo and condition, really. That's my main thing at the moment. I just want to keep Vengeance in good condition. Oh, no. Oh, hang on. What's there? Mirelurk, but he's close to me, so I'm going to go to Vengeance. He goes down. We're still in caution, but hopefully that's just that hunter who's sort of wandering in this direction, but by the time he gets here, I'll be long gone. At this point, this coastline is now completely safe, I say, as a Mirelurk just kind of swims over there in plain sight of me. Live and let live, aside from all his friends who I've already murdered. But other than them, live and let live. We've got a flipping hunter here as well. We have way more than I was expecting here. Okay, and he's going to... Oh, this could be a problem. He's going to swim right up to me. Because I can't get a clear shot at him while he's underwater. So he's actually going to be pretty close by the time he resurfaces. Where is he? Where is he? Oh, he's over there now. Can you not swim to me? You're one of the Mirelurks that can't swim. He's gone the wrong way and now I'm back in caution. Oh, and then he disappeared from existence. Hello? I'm really nervous now because I don't know exactly where he is. Just going to see if I can just skirt around him while he's there using Vengeance. Oh, no. He definitely caught sight of me again. That's fine. Where is he? He's over there. If I just do a bit of a run here up the slopes, he'll struggle to follow me. And he's still swimming. There's definitely not another one. No, I think they're struggling. I think he's kind of struggling with his pathing a bit, which enemies do sometimes do. Enemies do sometimes do that in Fallout 3. They struggle to find points to get out of the water, so he's just, yeah, completely failed to find me. Now, this path is useful, because this little steep path here leads out in a moment to a fairly safe open area right next to their cathedral, which we wanted to visit. Well, we don't need to visit it yet. I'm nervous I'm still in caution here, but we will need to visit this cathedral down the line, and I would rather activate the fast travel location now while I just happen to be passing by, because I think this area once you're here is actually pretty safe. The road up here, if you go the road the game implies you ought to be going, is a little bit dangerous. But if I go if I just go this way, I think we should actually be much safer to go just by the cliff path and just by sticking by to the sea. Generally, don't wander around on land in Point Lookout. It's dangerous. So there we are. We've got the fast travel location. We can't go in here yet. This whole area is locked off. Hang on, sorry, I've caught myself caught on a fence there. So this whole area is locked off and I don't have a key. But I will need to come back here later. So now I can fast travel there without having to go along the road. Yeah, that's my main piece of advice for Point Lookout when you're running on this side of a rule set. Don't go via the roads. Go via the coast and then just take the little paths that are dotted around. It's just vastly, vastly safer. What's in the I have a feeling there's something bad in the graveyard. My instinct says ghouls. There's ghouls in the graveyard, but if there are ghouls in the graveyard, I shouldn't be scared, because obviously I've still got the ghoul mask on at the moment. Now, back down here, down the path. And that Mirelurk hunter's still somewhere around. He's, yeah, really quite keen to find me, in fact. If he's right behind that rock, that's a very inconvenient... Aha! Lovely. Get another sneak attack critical at him. These guys have such hard shells. Sneak attack criticals against their carapace doesn't really do much, to be honest. But that was actually not a bad shot, though. That was okay. So he's still in caution. Still doesn't know where I am. Hello. Are you now stuck on a thing? Well, you're dead now, whatever, so that's good. Admittedly, every Mirelurk we kill brings us closer and closer to level 10. I don't want to be level 10. I desperately want to be level 9. Level 9 is fine. I'm not ready to be 10 yet. What the hell? More red? What is this? No, okay, another Mirelurk, but this one's a basic. Oh dear, there's so many more Mirelurks than I remembered. Eventually you'll get to the point where there's the coastal grotto. You won't actually find it straight away. What you need to do is you just need to keep going around. You need to go a little bit further in order to get to the path that that leads up to it. So yep, just around the corner there's another little cliff path that you can start following on. And now we should be perfectly safe. There's nothing on this path. Nothing ever spawns on this path. It just leads up to the cliffside grotto. I think I may have just come around to the wrong path. Hang on, I clearly don't know this DLC as well as I should do. I've only played this a few times. I'm not an expert on Point Lookout. I've done my preparations in terms of how to set up my character, but the map is not something I would call myself an expert on, especially as everything in Point Lookout, to my mind, looks quite similar and samey. Everything kind of looks kind of the same because it's got that it's got a very washed out color scheme to it, which is fine. That's a perfectly valid artistic choice. Oh, do I need to go through the water again? A few more rads. The path was much closer than I thought it was. It's just this little path up here. It's a way smaller looping path. I went way too far around. Never mind. You know you are where you want to be when you see all these little lights, and it's this little door here. Now what's actually here is a little kind of safari quest where basically you go into a cave and you survive against waves of ghouls where you just murder ghouls as they show up, which is wrong and unethical because ghouls are my friends and we love friend ghoul, alright? However, I'm not even there for that. I'm in here instead for Plick's journal. And I'm going to read the journal, including his insights and observations about fighting and hunting ghouls. And I've learnt the Ghoul Ecology perk. You've learned to exploit specific weakness of ghouls, gain a +5 damage bonus when attacking one. Now you might think, why would I want that? I love friend ghoul. Friend ghouls are my friends. Well, indeed they are, but this perk is a little bit broken, which is, well, there are two versions of this, and I wasn't able to verify for certain which one was actually correct. Some people say this perk is... I just took a chessboard by mistake. Some people say this perk is bugged, and as a result, it basically affects all living things, not just ghouls. Some people say it affects everything but ghouls. It actually doesn't affect ghouls at all. But that's fine, because ghouls are my friends. Hang on, let me just drop that chessboard. But in either case, that's a very useful perk, because what that does now is that basically adds +5 damage per shot to, if the perk is as broken as we believe it is, against all living things, all targets whatsoever. Now, if Lincoln's repeater say, if that does 50 damage, I'm adding 5 on, that's up to 55. Okay, that's a nice little 10% boost, whatever. If I'm using Vengeance, where each shot is maybe doing, say, 5, but it's firing so many shots a second, it's doing a large amount of damage per second. Adding 5 onto that is effectively doubling the damage. This is one of the perks that makes weapons like Vengeance even more ludicrously powerful than they already are. Anyway, we've no interest in the safari because ghouls are our friends and you should feel bad. And instead, we will head back to where we began, the mansion. Because that's what we're going to do next. Arguably one of the hardest things to do in the entirety of Fallout 3 under this rule set. It's time to do Desmond's Mansion against those bastard tribals and their free bonus damage that I mentioned earlier, where any hit whatsoever is pretty much guaranteed to do at least 40 HP damage. Bloody hell. And the 40 odd HP damage, by the way, is just the bonus damage. That excludes the damage they actually do. Many of them are armed with things like double-barreled shotguns, which have a base damage of like 68, of which my armor will only be able to negate about 20. So if I get hit with a double-barreled shotgun blast, that will probably do somewhere in the range of 70 to 80 damage to me. 70 or 80 damage per shot. And there's going to be lots of them in a big crowd rushing me. Right, let's try this, shall we? So here we are, back at the mansion, and appropriate enough, that tower at the top there kind of looks like a tombstone. Kind of a little bit like a tombstone, which could be strangely prescient. Anyway, let's see what's going on in here.
Get in here and help me fight these bastards off, goddammit.
And indeed, the mansion's owner is basically saying that he would like help repelling the invaders, whoever the invaders are. Well, I think we can help out with that. And when I say help out, I mean get involved to the absolute minimum extent possible. I'm just going to close these doors here and let them fight it out. So the situation is, the mansion owner is called Desmond. He's a ghoul. He's pretty damn tough. He's armed with a combat shotgun. He's got a fair amount of health. He's got 2 dogs with him, which again have, relative to normal dogs, quite a lot of health. Not as much as dog meat would have. They're not kind of full-on companion dogs, but they're still pretty tough. There's also an auto turret, which as far as I can tell, the ghouls in here never really bother to attack. It's, are there 2 of them? Oh yeah, there's actually 2 of them. Mark 5 turrets. The tribals never seem to attack them, even though many tribals do actually have guns, they just can't be bothered. Desmond and both his dogs are all marked as essential, meaning if they get killed or just run out of health, they just fall unconscious. But unlike a companion in New Vegas, they won't just wait for you to clear out the bad guys and for the danger to be over before they get up. They'll just pop up again after a small amount of time passes, meaning for the most part, you just want to be leaving all of the fighting to them. Go forward, another door opens, more guys run in. Yeah, I think we'll leave this time. Actually, you know what? We'll watch. We'll watch. So you can see the turrets are getting involved. There's 2 turrets getting involved. I'm hidden. Frecky, one of the dogs, is unconscious. But, you know, he'll be back up in a second. Oh, she'll be back up, I think. I think they're both supposed to be female dogs. And Desmond's getting involved. You can hear his combat shotgun going off there. I can help out if I want to. I don't particularly feel like I need... Oh, he's right there! You know what? I'm just going to hide here. Because he's right flipping here. And I don't want to get involved. I'm just passing through. Okay, we good? I think we're good. There we go. Yeah, I'm helping you repel the invaders. Don't worry. Helping. Okay, lovely. So, that's step 1 of the invasion dealt with. Hello, Desmond.
Help me take out these bastards.
This is Desmond. He's British and he's got a moustache despite being a ghoul, which I think is somehow wonderful. I'm not sure why, but he's wonderful. Anyway, he'll now basically point you into the next area where there's a problem. And basically this area works under the basis of nothing happens until you walk near it, then it happens. So if I just walk up behind him now, then in a moment... explosion happens, more enemies spawn in, and Desmond will deal with it. His dogs will perk up in a second, they'll get involved. I'm just going to go hide in here, in his little observation room. Desmond can handle this. If they happen to push him back, they'll walk straight into the turrets. The turrets are Mark 5, that's good enough. Because these guys are not tough, these tribals. They are going to dish out a lot of damage. I'm not sure actually if when they shoot Desmond, he also takes the bonus damage, or if that's reserved for players. I think that might be magic extra damage just for players. So Desmond actually takes less damage from them than you would. He's actually dealt with them pretty quickly there. I think that obviously indicates how little HP they've got. Though I don't know how that reflects on Desmond himself, like whether Desmond presumably grows to match my level as well, but I don't know what the rules for Desmond are. Anyway, he's got this kind of big room full of guns and ammo boxes, so you may as well top yourself up here because this is going to be and you are going to want a few grenades. Take some grenades with you, even if you're not normally a grenade user. Trust me, we're going to need grenades down the line here. Just top yourself up on some grenades. They're actually useful for once. He's also got a Punga experiment, suggesting that indeed Pungas can be used to power small lights for whatever reason. Let's just turn the Punga experiment back off again. Don't want to leave the Punga plugged in overnight. That's wasteful of the Punga. Or something. Yeah, I'm just going to finish looting and then I'll go through and join Desmond. So I've just been looking over the bodies of all the tribals to try and get a feel for what they're going to be armed with. It feels like there's a lot of hunting rifles here and not very many double-barreled shotguns, but maybe the game doesn't spawn those until we get into the mansion proper anyway.
Go through these doors and up the stairs. Find where they are coming in and stop them. I'll be keeping an eye on the cameras down here. Hurry.
So there's your first objective. Desmond wants to guard the main room and he wants you to go upstairs and block off the breach because somehow they're coming in from like above and outside and so forth. Desmond has basically said he wants to stay sitting in the perfectly safe room and send you off on an insane suicide mission, which I think actually for once is not just kind of video game logic, it's actually kind of in character that he wants to kind of stay here and hold out in the safe environment and he wants you to go on the mad suicide mission. That's perfectly in character for Desmond. He's a bit of a dick, yet somehow I just like him anyway. Ah, and another mine box upstairs, very, very important, lovely. And a sniper rifle to repair my own with, good, good. So here's how this is going to go. That there is a dining room, and there is no entrance or exit into it other than those double doors that are open in front of me. The moment I go into that room, however, those doors back there are going to slam shut and be locked and unlock pickable. It's only the sort of door that can only be opened with a key, and you never get the key because Desmond just unlocks them for you. Technically, Desmond has the key on him, but he's essential and it can't be pickpocketed off him. There's no way to get the key anyway. I guess if on PC, you could use console commands to force open those doors, but, you know, that would be openly cheating. So what's going to happen is that wall's going to explode, the ceiling's going to explode, people are going to drop from above, they're going to come through the walls. There's going to be about 4 guys in there, and all of them are going to have that damn damage bonusing thing that I mentioned a while ago. So what have we got there? We've got a bottle cap mine waiting in the doorway, should be able to one-shot any of them. We've got double mines, that should be enough power to kill one of them, sitting here. We've got another double mine sitting over here, and then we've got a final set of double mines over here into this one open room that the game can't shut off because, you know, there's no door, it's just a hole in the wall. I can retreat into here with vengeance if everything goes wrong and simply hold out here, pointing out to that hole and shooting anything that moves that survived the layers of mines. This is the plan right here. In fact, I'm just going to put... This is going to be close enough to... No, that's too close, that one. The problem is because you're inside, there's not much space to navigate, so you can't use too many mines because mines too close together will just trigger each other. So it's kind of a little bit difficult to... It's a little bit difficult to use too many mines, unfortunately. And you take mines away from me, what the hell have I got left? And we're also going over into Stealth Boy mode, because this is exactly why I've been gathering all these damn Stealth Boys. We need them for this. So Stealth Boy up. Go through here. Yeah, you heard the click behind. That means there's about to be breaking through in a second. Yep, there we go. Breaking through. Taking things nice and slow. Move slowly. These guys are really, really, really perceptive. But they will not come through unless they are aggroed. So, we just need to be very, very slow and careful here. They're also very, very bad at spotting that each other are dying. Meaning that as a result, I can just very carefully pick them off one by one. And as you can see, dead. Now the interesting thing is, that's not a silenced gun, but I'm still hidden. Nobody seems to object to this at all. So now I can go over here, and there's a person over there that's on top of the table. And now they're dead, and I'm still hidden. You see this? This is how we're going to do it. Very, very careful sniping with Stealth Boys. Hello. You're dead now. And another one there. Though this next one's a little bit close to me, so I've got to be a little careful with this next one. Because this next one's close to me. And if you are going at full walking speed, sometimes these guys will detect you. But you are there. Hello, my friend. Oh, yeah. Don't even need vengeance yet. Don't need vengeance. Everything is good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these mines back up now. Hang on. I'm just going to pick up all these mines. I'll rejoin you as soon as I've done that. Okay, I've got all the mines, and now I can move on to the next area. I think there should only be one person left in the first big area now that I've killed... Uh-oh, we're down to... Damn. I was hoping that Stealth Boy would last to the next area, but... I don't need it to. Ooh, hello. Who are you? Are you the person who's going to pile through a wall or not? I'm going over to Stealth Boy number 2. I'm not sure what's about. I think this next guy is going to be the guy who piles straight through a wall like an idiot. Because there's going to be a guy who's just going to charge through that wall and then responds to charging through that wall. Ooh. Flip, 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 flip. Okay, yep. Okay, you just go that way. I was forgotten there were 2 of them there. You now die. You are going to be shot a little bit. I'm now in danger. He knows I'm here. Let's just go for... Okay, critical strike. Good. Finish him off, finish him off, finish him off, finish him off, finish him off. Good. You see? They've not got that much health because I'm under level 10. Okay, ignore the corpses. I need to be making the most out of these damn stealth boys. The next trick that we're going to be pulling is using frag mines. So frag mine. Frag mine. Frag mine. Frag mine. Next, go back over to a gun. Doesn't really matter what. This is just kind of as a backup. 4 is fine. What we're going to do is we're going to go forward and enemies are going to spawn in. Oh my goodness, they're going to start charging around the corner. I'm going to close the door. They're going to charge straight into those mines. Oh, flip, 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 flip. Okay, right. That didn't kill them. Vengeance, it is... Oh, did that do the job? Yes. Lovely. And that's why I brought Vengeance. Right, this next bit is just a straight-up murder fest, I think. Unless I can use mines. Oh, no, I can use mines again. Yeah, we'll just lure them. Oh, flip. They're coming already. They're coming already. Oh, I'm in danger. He's got a knife. Oh, he's flip, 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 flip. Vengeance, 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 vengeance. Oh, no. You're dead. Okay, we're in caution now. We're in caution. Have I got enough bullets left in this thing? I don't. Ooh. Hidden, 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 hidden. What are you? You're armed with a gun. Not for long, you're not, because you are dying very damn quickly. Thank you very much. Next. One more. Just one more. Just one more. Just one. I think there's one more. Yes, there is. Died before they managed to make it through the hole. I think the third. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember there only being 3. Hidden, hidden, hidden. Hidden. Unless the game spawns one behind me. I have a horrible feeling the game might be spawning behind me. Right. Reload. I don't want to use another stealth boy because I want 2 stealth boys for the remaining section that's behind me. Because there's another... This is the first half of the house, though arguably it's a little bit under half. Oh.
Maybe there's something explosive now.
Oh, good. Right. Sorry. I think, what the hell's that noise? That noise is Desmond telling me things. That's the noise of Desmond telling me things. The ultimate objective is basically you need to bring down where they're climbing in. They're climbing in through here somehow. There's like that, presumably like supposed to lead to the open air or something. But anyway, you can, in this particular case, you don't need to. You could toss a grenade in, but you don't need to. You can just use a gun. So just keep your distance. Take a shot, because this thing does explode. Okay, get out of there. And in a moment, Desmond's like, hey, come through. The other side of the house is about to be attacked. And as I switch over to Vengeance, I'm sure it is about to be, but I don't care. I'm going to go hide down in this room again. Because the attacks that come in the main room, you do not need to get involved with. And interestingly, because Desmond's not your ally, him getting spotted doesn't mean you get spotted, so I get to stay hidden. I mean, I could get involved if I really wanted to. Desmond can handle this by himself, really. Which one's not Desmond? You see, the tribals are getting torn to shreds, because their HP is being defined by my level, so they're actually pretty flimsy. Desmond's tearing his way through them, because he's pretty much always a badass. But in this case, the tribals just don't quite have the health. The dogs are being knocked unconscious, but that's fine. No puppies are going to die in the making of this part. Puppies are fine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's now done clearing out the tribals that are actually attacking the front room. Okay. This is going better than I actually... this is going better than I'd expected. But that first half's the easy bit. That first room, as long as you're stealth boying and sniping, you're okay. The subsequent bits, I was a little bit unlucky that second guy spotted me, but I was able to take him out before he fired. And after that, yeah, it's just a question of... Vengeance is just so powerful. It can deal with these guys. Vengeance can just deal with these guys. Now, right, I'm just going to quickly loot these guys for any ammo they might have. Still haven't seen a single flipping double-barreled shotgun. Yeah, I think they're not only got low HP, I think the level 1 ones, because these guys come in 4 tiers. They can be tier 1, which is under level 10. Tier 4 only, I think that only shows up when you're level 30. Actually, no, I'm thinking of the tier 4 aliens and Mothership Zeta there. I might be. But anyway, the tier 4 guys are just insanely powerful. But these guys are flimsy as hell. Because this is the game basically saying, oh no, you poor baby low-level player, you've accidentally come into point lookout without realising what you're doing. Don't worry, I'll spawn some enemies that are completely bloody useless for you to deal with. And the game doesn't bother checking my inventory and saying, wait a minute, you're not a useless baby player, you've got flipping vengeance. It doesn't bother checking that, and that's why I can just do this. Anyway, I'm just going to quickly check around for some more corpses. Nothing more that I can see, so now there's nothing in this area. What I do instead is I just go into this corridor. You'll see someone running past there, but not to worry about them. Walk through here, and the floor collapses out from under you. It's just for show. You can see there you don't actually take any damage for falling down into this basement, but you're now stuck in a basement. Why am I trapped in a basement? Because I fell down somewhere, that's fine. Luckily, the game is kind enough to kind of throw some extra ammo at you in this section, so that's good. So, first aid box as well. I mean, you can see how many stim packs the game's just throwing at me. It's because it expects you to be taking a ludicrous amount of damage from this section. Okay, through this next area. I'm in a very small area, and the enemies are trying to break in with axes right now. They won't do so, just like everything else in this entire area. It's all on trigger, so until I go into the main room, they won't break in. Or will they? Does that red thing mean they have? I really hope it doesn't. Right, I'm just going to lay some backstop mines just as like a little kind of insurance policy. But that's not my plan A. My plan A is to deal with all of them with vengeance and then fall back behind the mines. Or I might be able to take at least one of them out with vengeance. Because as soon as I step forward, just maybe pretty much close to that table, by that wardrobe there, the door will crack, then it will open, then they'll come through. But because that's an event, they're not coming through because they've seen me. I'm still hidden. I'll still be able to get a sneak attack critical in there, so just step forward. Then back. The game stutters slightly, and yep, murders. Yeah, I did a fair bit of damage to some of them. Back here, that will hopefully kill a few. T's dead. So are you. You are... Oh, I shot the gun out of his hands. Shot the flipping gun out of his hands. Blimey. Right, good. Good. Oh, flip, I'm level 10. That's the worst news. That don't give me happy music, game. That's terrible. Right, that means henceforth all of them that spawn in are going to be a slightly higher level. I thought I had enough spare XP before level 10 that I could make it through the mansion. Now I can't. Right. Okay, big guns 100. Sneak 72. My only option is to stay hidden and then murder everything with big guns. And while I would normally go straight for Animal Friend, there's not really anything in point. Look out the benefits from having Animal Friend. So I'm going to take Finesse. Those extra criticals might just save my life. Yep, there's the first double-barreled shotgun. Damage 58, and that's in very low condition. It's a powerful old thing, that. Right. Upstairs, what's the next problem that we're going to face? It's going to be 2 coming around the corner. There's going to be... I'm pretty sure there's another kind of instance like we saw upstairs where 2 guys have to smash through the door manually in order to open it. I think that's next. So if I just trigger... Wait, hang on. I think I can use mines. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, we can mine up for these guys. Except now they're tougher. So every mine ambush ought to be a bunch of 3. Just in case. Right. Step around the corner. Trigger them in a second. Are they... Oh, no. Are they one more over? Hang on. If I can't open that door... Surely I need them to trigger the door opening, right? Or is it this way? Oh, no, sorry, it's this way because it's them. Okay. Yeah, right. I just need to wait for them to be triggered. How close do I have to be? Oh, yeah, there you go. Oh, danger. That's fine. They know I'm there. That's okay. You just run into as many flipping mines as you want. Okay, that's at least one of them dead. Are there more? That was 6 mines for 1 because he was able to... I think they just ran straight past. It's not that 3 mines wasn't enough. It's that they were only hit by the very periphery. Oh, no, we did kill one of them. Okay, the first bundle killed one and the second bundle killed another. All right, it was 3 mines per person. Oh, we got someone there. Who's that round the corner? I don't know who that is. Right, hang on. I think we're going back to Stealth Boy and Lincoln's Repeater here. Okay, 2 stealth... Well, after this one, only 1 Stealth Boy remaining. And you can't rush. You can't rush, because if you run, the game knows, and the game objects. Where's this guy? We need to take out a person who's in here. Where are they? The game says someone's in here. Oh, wait, hang on. I know what's going on here. I know what's going on here. I can sneak straight past these guys. What's going to happen is they're going to come through here, and as soon as they do, if I just move over to the left and then stay still, they'll run straight past me. Okay. Oh, yeah. As soon as you see the... Stay still. Hold perfectly flipping still. Because as soon as you see the thing, they go past you. Okay. Now forwards and on. Slowly. Slowly. They will not see you. But if you go full speed, they will see you. But if you go too slowly, they'll repeat their loop and come back round to you and will see you again. And basically everything in the world is terror. Move nice and slow. Nice and slow. And they won't murder me. Okay, one more instance to do like that. And you'll notice now the compass markers are starting to look distinctly like, you know, angry, angry, angry flies. Angry flies up this way and to the left. Hold still. Hold still. Okay. And they will run down and look for you. And everything will be safe. And everything will be okay. And everything's fine. This is all going to go exactly as I planned it. Stealth Boy's worn off. That's not as I planned it. I don't care. I'm really close to the end, but I don't care. I'm not taking the risk. I'm going straight into another. You're not supposed to be there. 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 Is there another one? Or are you the only... Oh, no, you've gone downstairs. Is there another person in the corridor? I don't think there is. I think we're now okay. Thing is, that's the final one. But that room is full of gas. I'm going to throw in a grenade rather than clearing out the guys. This is potentially going to do me damage, but I can't take the risk, so I'm just going to go. If it does me damage, it's fine. It did me damage. I don't care. It was safer. That auto-defeats every tribal in the area. That auto-defeats every tribal in the area. It doesn't matter. I know I took damage. I don't care. Okay, that was worth it. Right, how much did I just lose? Okay, I've just checked the in-game health counter. That has brought me down to 277 out of 390 on the true health counter. That was 48 HP damage from that explosion. That's a shame, but I just cannot see any alternative. Now, what we're in right now is we're into the last stand, when the game's basically saying, hey, do you want to go and lay the battlefield, put mines down, something. No, I don't. You know why I don't? Because I'm happy for Desmond to take care of this all by himself. And he can, without too much difficulty, though. With the benefit of a stealth boy, maybe I can help him out a little bit. Now, Desmond, where are you? I don't need to go upstairs to trigger this, do I? I don't think I do. There we go. Second floor on the right, he says. I don't bloody care. I'm just going to hide in here and observe your Punga experiment. It's an interesting experiment. I mean, you've got to wonder... Ooh, 3 missiles. Very good. You've got to wonder, like, how does a Punga plant generate... In fact, how do fruit generate electricity in general? It's like, I understand this is a real thing that you can use fruit to power things, but like, I always assumed it was kind of like, it's something to do with presumably acids, right? Oh, my stealth boy's worn off. That's a little bit more risky. Let's just double check nothing's going on out there that affects me. I don't think anything's going on outside there that affects me. I'm hidden. Dog's unconscious. If I can get a VAT shot in, I'll take it. I may as well help out, but I mean, as you can see, for some reason, both those turrets are still alive, and the game, none of the enemies just ever bother taking them out. I don't know why that is. Oh, by the way, I hope you appreciate, after kind of some people have made comments about some previous parts where I cut out too much inventory management and stuff like that, while I've been in this mansion, I've been trying to make as many fights as possible, one single uninterrupted cut, just so kind of you can see everything that I'm doing. So I hope people have been enjoying that a little bit more. If you think that kind of makes it a better experience, I mean, I think it slows it down a little bit, which is why I generally cut like little bits out, but if you think it makes it a better experience if you see everything that I'm doing, do let me know, and I'll try and do more kind of uninterrupted cuts. I try and generally kind of keep cuts to a minimum during combat anyway, but I've tried to do it especially hard during this part. Okay, I think we're down to one thing, and then there's just going to be one final stand. Oh no, there's definitely violence going on somewhere. Right, we'll finish this one off, and then the final one, the final stand, is going to be a couple are going to burst through the front door, but they're going to walk straight into the turret, so they're the easiest of all, actually. My god, I think some of the tribals are actually finally taking out the turrets there. Maybe it's because they're just normally distracted so much by Desmond, but on this occasion they haven't been. There's... oh, blimey, yeah. What's Desmond using, by the way? That sounds like... oh, I think this is taking longer than it should do because I picked up his sniper rifle earlier because the game basically... oh, well, there they are. There's the final stand, but they're not going to last very long. The game basically knows that when kind of enemies roll in, if Desmond has to take on too many enemies, his weapon will eventually run out of condition and it will break. So the game gave him a free extra weapon to use. The game gave him... oh yeah, they actually took out the flipping turret. So the game actually basically puts a little extra weapon for him to use there. The game kind of gives him his sniper rifle, but I took it away, so now he's only got a hunting rifle he picked up off them, so that's why he's not dealing as effectively with these guys as he would do otherwise. But that's fine. I'm here, and they're just going to... eventually, he's just going to pop back up again and slowly deal with them. Desmond's got a hunting rifle, I think, and he's just finishing off the last one now. Help the mansion's owner repel the invaders. Completed! Fend off the last invaders. Okay, it has not been without loss by any stretch of the imagination, but it is done. Desmond, give me the reward I desperately want.
So, my hero. Think you came in and rescued me right in the nick of time?
No, you rescued yourself, but I will say I helped a lot.
So, tell you what I'll do. I'll share a few tips for the next time you're making a dramatic final stand.
And by that, he means he is going to give me one of the most ridiculously powerful perks in the game. Superior Defender. You now do more damage and have better defense when standing still.
You can be useful to me. I need someone willing to get their hands dirty. So here's the deal. I help you get in with those tribals. You help me get what I want, and I'll make you fucking rich.
I like the way this guy thinks.
Those mud lovers want me dead, and haven't extended the common fucking courtesy of telling me why. So, I need you to find a way into their commune, and figure out what's going through their addled little heads.
So, that's the next thing he wants me to do. Go and investigate the tribals of the cathedral, where we've obviously already been, so we can skip up there nice and easy. But first, let's not skip over Superior Defender, because that's the most important thing in the flipping world. Superior Defender, where the player gains +5 to their damage and +10 to their armor rating, i.e. +10 damage resistance, while standing still. Which means if I'm standing still and firing Vengeance, I'm now gaining +5 damage with each shot, thanks to Ghoul Ecology, and +5 damage with each shot, thanks to Superior Defender. Now the game only factors in a little bit of that, because it doesn't factor in Ghoul Ecology, because that's deemed to be a bug. However, it does factor in Superior Defender, and I'm standing still right now. And that means that Vengeance has just jumped, according to the way the game measures things, to damage 313. It's not even in flipping perfect condition, it's actually way more powerful than that. Let's just compare that to, yeah, the assault rifles jumped up like 25% in the way it registers damage. I've never been sure what the hell the game's talking about when it shows you the damage of rapid-fire weapon, because that's definitely not DPS, that's not right. So I've never been quite sure how the game calculates the damage figure for rapid-fire weapons. It's always been very strange, and I'm glad that New Vegas introduced, obviously, it shows you both damage per bullet and DPS. That was a much welcome improvement, and hopefully sticking around in Fallout 4. Can't remember if I actually saw that in Fallout 4. So, Vengeance has now just become even more ludicrously powerful, and I think you can already see how ridiculous it was. So there we are. That's a bit I was flipping terrified of, dealt with, and... okay, sure, I've sacrificed 50 HP to do it, but I think that's a more than worthy trade. I think I actually handled myself pretty damn well during that section. I'm pretty proud of how I did there. I think that's... yeah, I think that's pretty damn good, what I managed to do there. I mean, the thing is, the first section with stealth, you can basically snipe off or murder everyone. The second section, I personally hold that the only sensible way to do that is pretty much to just sneak by everyone and just kind of use the little ways. I think the game kind of anticipates that you might do that, because it does provide you those little kind of cubbies and side rooms to hide in while the enemy runs straight past you and you can ignore them. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Desmond's Mansion cleared out. To my mind, the most dangerous bit of all Point Lookout cleared out, but at a cost. I'm completely out of stealth, boys. I've lost 48 HP. So while some of the rest of this DLC is not as difficult, I'm no longer able to just disappear and go invisible. In fact, I'm not sure if there are any stealth boys. If you know safe locations of stealth boys in Point Lookout, please do let me know in the comments below. That will be most welcome indeed. So, next week I think we will try and clear out the rest of Point Lookout and hopefully not deal with as much loss as we did in this part. And in the meantime, if you need something to keep yourself entertained while you're doing that, I've been doing an awful lot of interesting stuff on the channel, I think, this last week. Just put out today, I put out a little Fallout 4 character build guide to help kind of some people figure out what sort of character you're going to want to build in Fallout 4. And now that you get far fewer special points to distribute, how exactly you're going to go distributing them. So, just help you get into Fallout 4 a little bit quicker and just spark some thoughts about what sort of character you want to play as. Last week, I played Assassin's Creed Week. Some of you may have actually noted, and it was very exciting. So if you want to kind of see me play through some of the Assassin's Creed games, kind of just enjoying those, I think there's some really fantastic videos in there. So, full playlist on screen right now as well. And finally, Life is Strange, the final episode of Square Enix's awesome little episodic game about time traveling and hipsters, came out this last week, and I've already finished my little playthrough of that. So that is now a complete series. Click on the annotation on screen right now if you want to experience any of that. But there we are, ladies and gentlemen. Plenty of interesting stuff on the channel this week, I think. And there'll be more Fallout 3 next week. One other question I want to answer. Few people have occasionally asked me, what's going to happen to Fallout 3 You Only Live Once during Fallout 4? Fallout 3 You Only Live Once will continue once Fallout 4 comes out. It will stay weekly. It will stay on Sunday. But obviously Fallout 4 will be taking an awful lot of other space on the channel. But Fallout 3 will not be postponed during Fallout 4. That will still continue. In the meantime, I've been John. It's been many a true nerd. This has been Fallout 3 You Only Live Once, clearing out the first part of Point Lookout. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Okay, now I don't want to be insensitive right now, but the best thing you can do is stamp on her head until it's mush. Get the gun. No, do not just walk past the gun. Oh yeah, the door with the bloody handprint on it. That's gonna go well. Eleanor, come on. Eleanor! Where the hell are you? Oh god, you're the worst person ever.